All right, it is now Dollywood's public opening day. It is a little bit after 11. The park opened at 10. When I saw it was going to rain around 10 this morning, I figured I'd try to get here like right when the rain stopped, which I just parked and it looks like the rain just stopped, so I succeeded. Not as crowded today. I just parked in D lot instead of all the way over in the gravel lot and Splash, so definitely much better today. And D lot's not even completely full yet, but there's still cars filing in, and especially as the rain's stopping and the weather's starting to get nicer going into this afternoon, I anticipate crowds picking up a bit more. We'll see. All right, we're in. Also got my physical season pass because the line was only like 5 minutes this morning as opposed to, you know, way too long yesterday. Yeah, as you can see right now, we're at the point where the park is like, it's not too busy, especially compared to yesterday. There's enough people here to give it some environment, which I like, but it's not terribly crowded. So hopefully that's the trend that continues. Unfortunately, Lightning Rod is listed as closed for the day. Yesterday it was just listed as temporarily closed, but it never did open yesterday. So I thought I'd at least go look at it and be sad. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Very sad. It was running test runs pretty much all day yesterday, but it never did actually open, which is a bad sign. Today, looks like they have the transfer track down for some reason, so I don't know what's going on, but oh, you can barely see they're pulling a train out of storage right now. I don't think there's a better vantage point for me to get that, but they're pulling a train out of storage onto the track, so maybe they'll start testing again soon, but it is listed as closed for the day, so I'm not holding my breath for today. But all right, they're bringing the lift back up with the train on it. The way that Lightning Rod's transfer track is configured, the other train gets stored underneath the station, so then they basically lift the trains up and down on like a lift thing there. Yeah, I don't know. You can get really good views of it in the queue line, which I have been in the queue line before when they take trains on and off, and that's cool, but you can't really see much from down here. Yep, they're bringing it all the way back up. I guess you can come under the stairs here and see it. There's a bench right here, so I'm assuming I'm allowed to stand here. I guess I should have come over here. That would have been a better view to get the lift going up and down, but yeah. All right, there goes that one. Yeah, so they took a train out of storage and moved it into the station, and that appears to be the only one on site right now because they only have space to store one train down there, which means the other train is definitely off site somewhere. If I had to guess, it's probably not done with its rebuild yet. Either that or it was having issues yesterday, so they took it off site overnight. I don't know. Yeah, so even if they do get it open today, it's only going to be with one train because the other train is just straight up not on site right now. So, got some beans and rice. It's a little bit more soupy than I expected, but that's all right. I wanted to get the hot cranberry tea that they had as well, but for whatever reason, they said they didn't have it this morning, which it's a little bit chilly this morning, so I would have thought this would have been the morning to have it, but apparently not. It's good. It's literally like a gumbo. It's even got the sausages and stuff, so I don't know why they don't just call it gumbo. They call it rice and beans, but whatever. All right, that was some pretty good gumbo from the seasonal food stand in Rivertown that they for some reason refuse to call gumbo, even though that's definitely what it is. All right, I want to ride some coasters since I didn't really do that yesterday. And since Lightning Rod's down, I'll go back towards Thunderhead. Yeah, most of those don't look great either. I don't know why it's not showing Thunderhead. I guess maybe it'll be on the next screen, but 70 minutes for Big Bear Mountain, not great. Thunderhead, 45 minutes, my God. Because Tornado's an hour, Wild Eagle's almost an hour. Ah, well, so everything's about an hour. Okay, cool. The paths are shockingly empty for how crowded the park apparently is with all the ride wait times, so we'll see when I get up there. I got the second to last train, so that train just... I was getting my camera out to record a camera around this corner, and I just noticed it like overshot the brakes. It didn't stop at all until it got just right there, and then the lift stopped, and then they just said it's down for maintenance. So yeah, I got to ride with a ride-op who was doing his ride-around, and while we were going, he said they were having a lot of overspeed issues yesterday because right now they're still running with winter wheels, and it's been like in the 70s yesterday, and it's around 72 right now today, so it keeps, you know, going a little too fast. So, yeah, got the second to last train before it went down. Well, at least I got to ride Thunderhead. It is running like a bat out of hell today. Again, because it's got winter wheels on and it oversped on literally the next cycle. All right, I'm gonna go wait, I don't know, Big Bear says an hour? I don't know. I'm gonna go wait a long time for Big Bear Mountain. None of the other wait times are really that much shorter, so. So that's the time saver line. It goes all the way down the stairs under the launch and up the other side. You can see it over there. That is the most full time saver line I've ever seen for anything.
I just need more solid scientific evidence. Get
They're backing it up. And everybody's leaving. I might wait a few minutes. See if they can reset it pretty quickly. If not, I guess I'll leave. I get my camera out all the time, but I have to test cycle. It's been about 5 minutes, so hopefully it's not too much longer. Alright, people saw it test once, and now everybody's coming back into the line. It's confusing, but whatever. This right here is the time saver line, like the fast pass line. I've never seen it this long before. It's crazy. So including the breakdown, I had to wait over an hour and a half for Big Bear Mountain. It's running good. For some reason, the train I was on, the audio cues were not working correctly, so they were just triggering all out of order, and it was very weird. But other than that, the ride's fine. All right, I was gonna grab some ice cream on the way out of Wildwood Grove because I was like, I kind of want some ice cream. And I look up and they're like, oh yeah, we don't have ice cream today. This is a very rough opening weekend for the park. Very rough operationally. So many things breaking down. Lots of food places just not having what they're supposed to have for no apparent reason. It's not a good showing this weekend. It's so nice you can walk through this area again. It makes it feel so much more open through here and not as cramped. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go get a funnel cake because well, if I can't get ice cream, I'll get a funnel cake.
Okay, I might actually.
So it turns out Splinters sells funnel cakes with ice cream, so I'm good now. that was good. That was very good. So I'm trying to catch a show that starts in an hour, and Tennessee Tornado is the only thing listed as less than an hour. So I'm gonna see. Currently heading up the stairs now. Moment of truth. How full is it? I don't actually know if they're running 2 trains. I should have checked that before I came up, because that could make a pretty big, substantial difference. It seems to be pretty full. Yikes. Okay. Well, let's see. All right. Yeah, they're only running 1 train, and the queue's full. So yeah, that's easily over an hour with a full queue in 1 train. So I'm not doing that. Yeah, so it's 3:45 right now. I want to watch the 4:30 showing of the Heart Song remaster, which has been moved. It used to be in Heart Song Theater, obviously. It got moved to Dream Song, so they can use the Heart Song Theater building for something else. And I'm interested, because apparently they remastered it. But a lot of what made that show fun is that in the Heart Song Theater building, there was a lot of kind of special effectsy stuff going on, and there was some scenery. It was just a really nice venue for that show. And obviously Dream Song doesn't have any of that, I don't think. So I don't know how they're gonna I don't know how it's gonna work out. We're getting to the warmest part of the day, so I'm gonna try to ride Daredevil Falls real quick while I'm here. I have heard that it's gotten some kind of refurb. At least I heard that it was getting a refurb. But also the same person that told me that said it wasn't going to be ready by opening day this year. And as you can see, it clearly is open. So let's check it out. If it did get refurbed, I didn't really notice anything visually different, so it was probably just a, infrastructure thing, which is fine. I will say that it's running more boats today than I've ever seen it run before. There's like consistently 2 or 3 boats on the lift hill at a time. I get that they remove the train when it's not going to operate due to fire danger, so people don't see it and get excited and go try to line up for it. But it's such a integral part of this area visually, but I do wish they would keep it, at least just parked there. But here's what it is. All right, I just watched Heart Song and Dream Song Theater. It now shares this theater with the Heidi Martin show. They're both in there, and it was fine. The pros, the remastering actually doesn't really look all that different. It's a little bit more colorful, if anything. Well, that's good. They didn't mess up the film. And the audio was actually really good. They really took advantage of all the speakers in that theater to create really cool 3D audio effects. So it at least still has that going for it. And they even used most of the lighting, like the stage lighting that's in that theater, to try to elevate the things. When it's going through the different seasons, the colors in the theater will change. During the storm scene, there's strobe lights and stuff. So that's definitely a nice touch they didn't have to do. My concern was that they were just gonna throw the show into that theater and not take the time to do things like reprogram all the lighting to go along with the film, but they did do that, which is nice. But yeah, you can just tell that something is missing. Like I said, the old theater was really well decorated to go along with the show, with cool, it looked like you were in a forest next to her house when you were there, and this theater obviously doesn't have that at all, so it's just not even the same vibe when you go in there. Of course, the water effects are gone. There's one point where somebody does a big cannonball splash into a pool, and I almost braced myself because I know it usually sprays water into the front rows. That didn't happen, so I guess I'm glad that they kept it around. Like I said a little while ago, a year or 2 ago, that I felt like Heart Song was going to disappear from the park while I was there. I just had this feeling that they were going to remove it. So they didn't remove it. They just moved it to another theater. That's kind of what this feels like. It feels like they wanted to remove it, but they didn't want to make people upset that liked it, so they just moved it to another theater, which is, again, better than completely removing it, but it does feel like it's lost a lot of its magic in the new theater, in my opinion. As I walk up here, because now I'm going to watch From the Heart, The Life and Music of Dolly Parton. I think this is new, or a special show for the 40th anniversary of the park. I could be wrong. It may have been here last year. Either way, I haven't watched it before, so I'm interested to watch. It looks like it'll be good. About a 50-minute show, I think. So here we are in Celebrity Theater for the new show for this year. And something I had seen online, and I guess I noticed now, is they've completely replaced all of the seats in here. All brand new seats in Celebrity Theater, which is super cool. I don't think it was like super necessary before. These were still some of the comfier seats in the park, in my opinion, but now they gotta be even comfier because they're brand new. Yes, they're all blue cushioned with tan, I guess, accents, you could say, frames. Brand new, still cushioned, super nice.
They don't bother anybody. They just go about their business, colorful, gentle, but determined. I was born on the banks of the Little Pigeon River on January the 19th, 1946 in Sevier County.
And making fun of me in my coat of many colors my mama made for me.
You can keep your fingers in two different pies. I remember how you breathed, smiled, you said your name.
More important than the road itself are the people we meet along the way and the love we share with them. The poet Emily Dickinson once said, "The only thing I know about love is that love is all there is."
All these northern nights are dreary, and my southern heart is weary, as I wonder how the old folks are back home. But I know that they all love me, and I know they're thinking of me. Smoky Mountain memories keep me strong.
Okay, that was really good, actually. It's about an hour, and it just kind of walks you through, you know, Dolly Parton's life. A lot of stories you probably already know if you've been coming to this park and paying attention to the attractions that tell those stories, but still good nonetheless, and lots of her songs spliced in there. It's really well done. A lot of cool stuff they were doing, like they had kind of projections along the walls of the theater at certain points and stuff. A lot of really cool stuff going on, so I like that a lot. Great movie right now. Alright, I just got a butterfly pretzel. I think this is going to be my dinner. What I've been told, they used to have these, but then they didn't have them for a few years, but now they're back this year. So that's cool. Alright, I got one of these cherry lime drinks as well. I gave up soda for Lent, so I've been like craving sugary beverages, so... They do put Sprite in here, but I'm just going to say that doesn't count. Making my way back up through Craftsman's Valley and just seeing the repainted Tennessee Tornado at the end of Craftsman's Valley. It looks so strange. I'm so used to it being just that rusty brown color from not being painted in probably 20 years. Also, that's a new cup to add to my cup collection. I don't think they've had cups for this festival before, so there we go. Also, beware of the notorious Fresh Fish Bandit. That looks like a bad guy right there. Alright, let's go see how long the wait is now. Hopefully not too long, because I hopefully want to do a few other things before I leave. It says 30 minutes. We'll find out. Okay, yeah, that's not great, since they're only on one train. But hopefully it's not absolutely miserable. Mantissi tornado is so much smoother with the new paint. That was a joke. The paint doesn't make a difference. Yeah, tornado is great. It's running super fast today, super forceful, absolutely amazing. It has gotten a little bit rough in just that it rocks side to side, like way more than it should. It's not rough in the way that a lot of other arrows are rough, but like it's really rocky. It's not super comfortable, but it's super forceful. And that first drop through the tunnel is still one of my favorite first drops at Dollywood. Anyway, I'm doing Wild Eagle now, and hopefully after that I'll have time to then go over to Dragon Flare, which I also want to do. So over at Wild Eagle, they got this new TV up last year. Before that, they had just 3 TVs mounted vertically, but they got one large flat screen TV last year, but it never like worked after they got it. But they actually have it up working now. It's showing the same video that was on the old screens, but it's now one screen instead of 3 screens shoved together.
If you are ready to drop 13.5 stories, say yeah!
You just now heard that?
Welcome back, ready to ride your flight.
Enjoyed a ride on Wild Eagle. It actually felt like it was running a lot smoother today than it was yesterday. But yeah, no, that's great. Best drop in the park in my opinion. Very underrated by coaster enthusiasts. I don't think it's mild at all. Got about 30 minutes till the park closes. I'm gonna go try to ride one more thing. It's very windy, as you can probably tell, and it is starting to rain, which is why I got out my rain jacket. Everybody's kind of scrambling right now. There's a really nasty line of storms that came through the southeast today. It has not reached here yet, but yeah, really nasty line of storms, tons of tornadoes, not like that tornado, like actual tornadoes, and bad stuff, flash flooding apparently all over the place. Man, that building looks nice, the new restaurant. Wish it was open. Anyways, it looks like the beginnings of that system are starting to get here, so a lot of people have started leaving, which is good. It's allowed me to get, now we're about to do a 3rd ride within the last hour the park is open, which is pretty nice. But the crowds haven't completely gone away. The storms haven't scared everybody away yet. I just waited about 30 minutes for Wild Eagle, which is much longer wait than Wild Eagle usually has at 7:30 at night. So the sky looks beautiful though, even though it is about to storm. Looks great. I'm choosing Dragon Flyer for my last ride because I want to try to see some of the 2026 construction site. And Dragon Flyer is really the best ride where you can get the best view of that plot, so that's why I'm doing that. Hopefully I can get through that Dragon Flyer line before any of the lightning associated with this storm system makes it here. We seem to be kind of safe right now. There seems to be a lot of just like lightning-free, just rain on the periphery of this storm, so we should be pretty good. I don't know what that screeching sound I keep hearing is. It sounds like an alarm. I heard it over by Wild Eagle, and I can still hear it over here. I don't know what that is. Wildwood Grove Vector is really emptying out. Big Bear Mountain's been down most of the day. I'm glad I got to ride it earlier. And it was having some technical issues while I was in line, so I ended up spending 90 minutes in line for it. So a good hour and a half. But not long after that, around like 5 or 6, it went down again. It hasn't come back up, so don't know what's up with that. The Dragon Flyer seems to have run with no issues all day. So hopefully that's still the case. So there it is. Again, it's really clearing out back here. Really clearing out. I'm sure you can probably hear it. It is so windy. So windy right now. Anyways, I think we are actually under a tornado watch. That's alright. I'm going to ride Dragon Flyer. just hate that right as it's getting dark and the park is getting all lit up and all pretty is right when the park's about to close. But anyways, Dragon Flyer was fantastic. But I got about 7 minutes till the park closes, so I think I'm gonna go do Mystery Mine real quick. Alright, just did last ride of the night on Mystery Mine. I'm sending lots of empty cycles now. Well, I guess, yeah, in order to get us off, I have to send like 4 empty trains. So this is 2 trains per dispatch. But anyways, it was good. Actually, like, surprisingly smooth. It's still the roughest ride in the park, but that's probably the smoothest it's ever run. I don't think I hit my head once. So I don't know what the heck they did between the last off-season and this one, but all the effects work as well. So that was a great ride in Mystery Mine to finish out the night. I like themed rides a lot. Really like theming, so it's good to have all those effects working. It sucks that Lightning Rod never opened yesterday or today. I'll watch and see if it opens tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll watch wait times and see if it opens. That would suck if they didn't get it open at all this weekend, especially considering this coming week is a big spring break week, which is why the park opens now. I have all the 40th anniversary merchandise out. Got lots of different things. I think I'm going for like this blue aesthetic for the 40th. They have everything. They even have Dollywood 40th anniversary blankets. Are these playing cards? Yes, they are. That's hilarious. They've got a good collection of magics. They pulled out all the stops for this one. Especially since Dollywood merch is usually not great. Like, look at this. Besides it's actually the shirt I'm wearing right now. Besides this beautiful Thunderhead print, most of these are a little like, I don't know about that. Alright, I bought too much 40th anniversary junk. I'm heading back to my car. I got the throw blanket just because that's funny. You don't get to get coaster blankets very often. I also got a magnet and a shirt. Probably get a sweatshirt later too, but I assume this stuff will be here all season. I'll be coming back here at least 1 or 2 more times before I move. Very sad, but very exciting. I am excited to try something else, but I am sad to not be near this park anymore. Looks like the parking tram wait is not near as bad as last night, which is fantastic. Again, a lot of people left early when the storm started coming through. It still hasn't really picked up all that much. It's just kind of really windy. Anyways, fine weekend. I did not enjoy myself, though. Oh my gosh, that guy's flying. I did not enjoy myself, though. I admit I didn't get to do as much as I thought I was going to get to do these last 2 days, just because of how crowded the parks were. And the park didn't seem set up very well to handle the capacity this weekend, so hopefully that gets better as the season progresses. I know it's opening weekend. They're still trying to train people and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, gonna go ahead and go home and go pretty much straight to bed because I'm going to Carowinds tomorrow. I did want to get to Carowinds this weekend. They are not open this coming week for some reason, even though it's a spring break week. They're only open on the weekend, Carowinds is. So I'm going tomorrow. So keep a lookout for that video. It'll probably be up not too long after this one's up, whenever these eventually get up. And yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to drive directly through that ridiculous line of storms to get home. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and hope I can get as far towards my home as possible before I end up in the storms. And I'm excited to get re-rides on some fun coasters at Carowinds tomorrow, do a construction update there as well. There's a lot of stuff going on. Unfortunately, the 2 new rides that they are opening this year are not ready yet. I was kind of hoping they would be, but it appears that they are not. So it is what it is. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully my next Dollywood video is a little bit more interesting because I get to do a little bit more. Maybe. We'll see. Otherwise, hope to catch a ride with you again very soon.